All right, so like I said, I have returned. That just gave me an opportunity to quick run out and grab my phone because I heard that beep a little bit ago, and actually my dad did some baking today and wants to drop, excuse me, and wants to drop some bakery off. So that's pretty cool. Um, so I may get interrupted on stream for a little bit, and I will probably just let it go because like I'll just keep it up. Um, yeah, and that's going to be fine. So what did I need to do? I need to go through the slightly painful process of identifying all of these bees. So if we take all, I don't even think I can fit all of these in my inventory right now. So what I'm going to do to allow that to happen is I'm actually going to be dumping my inventory into my transmatter terminal. And this thing is super helpful. It stores my entire inventory, everything I found. Bakery is good, you bet it is. He made peach Coogan and cinnamon rolls. And peach Coogan is kind of like it's almost like a peach Danish. It's a big deal in our family. My grandfather and my great-grandfather actually owned bakeries, and my great-grandfather was a German immigrant, and so it was a German bakery, and so peach Coogan was one of his big specialties, and my grandpa, may he rest in peace, um, similarly made very, very good peach Coogan. He also owned bakeries, and he was very well known for his peach Coogan as well. My dad has taken the recipe, and my dad is certainly not a baker. He is a doctor. Wow, I still did not have enough space for everything. So we are going to dump 3 of these cybernetic queens and cross our fingers that those weren't the good ones. We'll do that. So, yeah, that's that story. Our family likes to bake. The way that we do this is we use this microscope to identify unknown stuff. And most of the time that is just bees. And the way we're going to do this is I'm basically going to go through and find a bee and look at these stats. To me, base production is the most important. And then lifespan is pretty important as well. But like, so this is 324.44. This is 224.44. So it's pretty much worse. So I'm just going to dump it. Like, sorry bees, you're dead to me. And then we just identify another one, and we see if this is better or worse. So this is 324.42, which means that's a lower queen breed rate, which is actually sometimes good, but not right now. I usually don't want a queen breed rate higher than about 5, because if it gets too high, you make a ton of queens, and then this entire crate is going to get filled up with these young queens like this, and it's kind of a hassle. Your cat is very interested in the stream. Well, your cat clearly has good taste. So notice this has 1 more production. This is 424.44, so that is the pick of the litter so far. This was 327, but I actually don't really care about that. So now that we've found one that is a little bit better, what I usually just start doing is while one is identifying, I just dump the rest. Because I'm usually comfortable with just a very slight upgrade. Because my goal is just each generation have the bees be getting a little bit better. And so then when I breed this bee, when I start producing with this bee, the young queens that get produced are going to have similar stats, maybe a slight increase. So we'll start here with the assassin. We've got 1851, so I'd really like to get something with better base production and queen breed rate there. 1851. This looks identical, except it has a higher mutation chance, which is actually good. I typically really like having a high mutation chance. That gives you more. Oh man, this would be so good. 4850. Having a queen breed rate of 0 means it's not going to make new queens for you. 1850. That sucks. So because we've only got 2 more, I might be stuck with this guy. 11053. I mean, I guess that's arguably an upgrade. Loses that mutation chance again, but I'll take that. Wait, I just got rid of that one. Oh well, I'm an idiot. It's kind of a horse apiece there, getting a little bit of toughness. 1651. No, that loses out. That's worse in every way. Okay. So now we're going to start on cybernetics, and I've got a ton of these, so I will be dumping a lot of these. But we do want to start out finding a good baseline one. Wow, that is a lot of drone toughness. 393, 35. All right, I'll take that trade. Losing out on 2 toughness for 2 production. 593.45. Arguably better. Yeah, we can take that. Except I got rid of that one again. I'm really... Okay, this is even better. 692.74. So I'm going to start dumping some of these because I think it's going to be tough to get something that's significantly better than 692.74. And so this is really putsy, but I don't know. Like I said earlier, this is like the Pokemon breeding thing, right? Like you're hoping to get those perfect IVs or EVs or whatever they were. You know, you want your Bs to have the good stats. Oh, I think that is my delivery. So I will just leave this up. I hope it's not more than a minute or two. I will be right back. Hello. Yep, that was my dad. Ugh. He gave me 4 cinnamon rolls and peach Coogan and cherry Coogan, which I did not even know was a thing. So out of this, we should get 9 different queens because I had 9 different bees going at once. Oh, 8, 28, 6, 4. So some of these, you know, I had bred a number of times already. I like that better. And so some of them already have higher stats. Like, I just found the Assassin a couple of days ago, but I found the Golden Saint really, really early on, which is why there's a disparity between the different bees' stats. Some bees just have higher base stats than others, too. That is definitely part of it. Yeah, that's not better. 530, no. And I'll get rid of these two. I think it's going to be pretty tough to beat that 829.72. Yep. So Leaf Cutter is a brand new one too, and I only got 2 young queens out of that. I really hope that these don't brick. Right, I'm really, yeah, okay. 1 queen breed rate isn't ideal, but at least it's not 0. 3, 11, 6, 1. Yeah, I really like the 6, 13, 4, 1. That is pretty nice. Okay, so we'll keep that. So, keep going. We're about halfway done. This is a little bit painful in terms of time. So this is 11, 16, 4, 6. So I'll keep that one, and we'll try for better. 11, 16, 4, 6 might be 11, 16, 4, 6. So this is where, like, I don't really want more queen breed rate. 6 is already kind of high. I would be perfectly happy to go down to 4. Man, 14, 17, that's a big jump. 14, 17, 3, 6, I'll take it. I'd really like to get something like 14, 17, 6, 3. That would be better. 11, 14. 11, 18, 5, 8, nope. And I'll start dumping a couple of these now too. Usually, like I said, once I get one that's like an upgrade, I'm usually sort of like, yeah, we're gonna leave it there. Do I want to do that? I don't think I do. I actually like that it goes down in queen breed rate, but I don't like the rest of it. $13, 14, 4, 6, nah. 11, 15, nah. And then we'll ID this very last one. 11, 16, nah. 3 more B-types. $144.53. Well, that's the one to beat right now. 0.44. Well, we're not gonna have a B that doesn't produce anything. That sounds like a rip. 143. That is worse. 144.23 is also worse. 143.33, no. We want one with some real production, no. 144.21, no. 144.20, no. I'm sure this is not very exciting to watch. But I actually think that things like this are what have kept me coming back to playing this game, is it's like this really slow progression, but I will say, like, every hour I play, I feel like I am making very real progress. You know, there are a lot of games where you only really feel progress when you do, like, you know, like a 6-hour grind or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know if Minecraft is really that way. But, like, you know, games like World of Warcraft or like the online games, Destiny, games that want you to play for a really, really long time, you feel like you don't. I can't believe I haven't gotten anything over 1 base production here. Games like that really, there we go. We have no drone breed rate. Is that going to be a problem? I think I have them in like a frame that gives some drone breed rate. Yeah, +1 to drone breed. So that's not great, but at least it has a little bit better base production, so I think I'm actually going to keep that one. 344.04. But like, so my point there being, you know, Starbound, even though the progression is just a little tiny bit at a time, like I said, I really do feel every hour I play, I am making a little bit of progress. Like right now, the progress I'm making is I'm getting all of these Bs identified, which doesn't seem like much, but really when you get into the bee system, you recognize that like just doing this process, this is the equivalent of like leveling up every single bee that I have. 156.2, I like that better. It's nice to see the process Destiny 2 takes so long to level up. Late game, it's outrageous. Yeah, I actually played Destiny with my ex-girlfriend for a while, back when I was still, I guess I was just out of college. She had friends that played the game, so that's why she wanted me to get into it. But I got to like level 10 or 12 or something, and then I noticed that like it just the grind started to really kick in. Like you level up really quickly early on, of course, like you do in every one of those types of games, and then it really ground to a halt pretty promptly after that. Like I don't like that. I don't want to feel like, you know, I've gotta grind something for 8 hours to get any meaningful progress out of my character. And granted, vanilla Starbound, without these mods, it does not feel that way. In fact, I would even say it's magnified. In vanilla Starbound, you can put in an hour of work and make like a lot of progress. And what I really like about Frackin Universe, the big overhaul mod that I'm using, the progress that you... Yeah, I actually do want the Queen Breed right here. The progress you do make in an hour still feels good, but like I've been playing this character for 42 hours now, and I wouldn't want to say there's like no end in sight, but like there is still so much that I can do. There's a ton of content, and I'm going to be good with this bee, I think. 633.33. Wow. 634.33. Although it does have worse mutation chance. But okay. You know, like putting in an hour of work here feels like I'm getting somewhere. So we've got our Quarum drone, our Rhymewing drone, our Leafcutter drone, Red Banded, yup. Scoria. We've got Stellar Drone up here, and Assassin, and Cybernetic, and Golden Saint. So the only one we don't have is Artisan. This is a brand new bee for me. I will be able to, you know, crossbreed it with something, but I will... Oh, and let's identify this Crystalline Queen, because I just caught that, and I don't actually know what it does. But yeah, I really enjoy the Shutter Shard. It has negative might resistance. I've never seen that. I have never seen negative might resistance. So I have a feeling then that this Crystalline Queen is going to give really good items, because its stats start out really bad. 115.11 is terrible, and like I said, I have never seen negative might resistance. And a might resistance that is -5 is precipitously low. I mean, everything else has at least some positive might resistance. I think maybe there's some stuff that starts with 0. But yeah, negative might resistance is just unheard of. Cool. I mean, that's interesting. It makes me wonder what that's going to actually give me. So we're still not going to do anything there. Oh, God, I need to do something here, though. I know the solution. It's not pretty, but I know the solution. It's probably the most elegant solution we could have. I've got 25,000, so I think we're okay. We're going to go to, like, the kind of quest hub of the game. It's where you advance, like, the main storyline. There's a place here that I can buy stuff. And I'm going to be looking in the fridge first. But I'm going to be buying this. I can sell items directly to them using this shop. And we're going to do that. The way we're going to set this up, it's going to be real ugly, but we're actually maybe. I don't have the reinforced tech blocks on me, which is not super ideal. Maybe these will look similar, close enough. I don't know. So I'm not 100% sure how big this thing actually is. Okay, I gave it exactly enough space. So Terramart shipments. Now what we can do here is slowly, very slowly, unfortunately, get rid of our eggs. And we're just going to do this until clicking doesn't do anything. Which I don't know exactly how much I'll be able to... Yep, so we're full. And then we dump the eggs. So we can only do this 40 eggs at a time. Oh god, this might not even be worth it. I do not want to sell the rock root. Okay, so, gosh, a full container of eggs gives me 240. And then it goes boop, and then it's ready to go again. And what I am going to do to expedite this process a little bit is sort my inventory so that all of the eggs are at the end. We're going to do this with milk as well because right now, you know, because I cannot open a chic omelet bar, I really can only get rid of these, and it's really either I sell them or I literally just trash them. And this does not take too much longer. In fact, this might be faster than trashing, because trashing you have to drag one item at a time here. And this, I can at least just dump them all into the shipment container at once. So not ideal, but whatever. At least I can just hammer the mouse button and get a lot of these at once. I will say one thing that I have not enjoyed about kind of like hanging out on this space station. I made this space station as my base because I've never done a space station before. And I kind of regret it because it's incredibly expensive. Like, to make rooms, you need hundreds and hundreds of rare materials. In addition to that, there's no music. There's no background music. So while I could have a little music player in every single room, which actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should be doing that, I have not done that yet. And so that has... now let's sort that. Oh, look at that. That looks so much better. What are the shopkeepers going to do with all those eggs? Well, if they're smart, they're going to open an omelet bar. Yeah, they're getting a lot of eggs and milk. So whatever you do with eggs and milk, make pancakes. I don't know. So what's going to happen is if we just keep our eyes peeled here, we should see some eggs and milk actually start appearing, you know, relatively quickly. Because all of my animals have their materials automatically harvested. So unless they're miserable, I might be making my chickens miserable. And maybe it's nighttime because it kind of looks like they're all sleeping. Ugh. There, I took my wallet out of my back pocket. That was really bugging me. Whatever. We're not gonna wait, I suppose. We're not going to worry about our bees for now, but what's basically going to happen is next time I want to start using my bees, I'm going to pick 9 of them. I'm going to load up all 9 of these, and I'm going to just let it go. And they will dump all their materials into here, and then this will, you know, fill up with a bunch of cool stuff. And then when the bees start dying out, then you just kind of restart the process of the identifying the bees, trying to find bees that are a little bit better, that kind of stuff. So where else can you make a base? You can make a base on any planet. That planet I was just on with all the lava, you can make a base there. I wanted to make this space station because it's a little bit different process. You actually have to buy it, and then you can put it wherever you want, but it's in space. And what's kind of unique about it is, I'll show you. Also, I gotta say, super proud of how the Eye of Horus turned out. These are like these little expansion areas, and if you click on it, it shows me at least part of my base, but I can like build a bunch of different rooms off of, you know, this little room. And so you get to kind of build it however you want. But like, notice a large core, it takes 300 gold bars. And a gold bar you get from 2 gold ore. And so that means you need 600 gold ore, which is just a lot. I mean, think of that in like Terraria or Minecraft terms. Right? It's a lot. And that's for 1 large core. And I have 2 large cores in my space station right now. And even these small ones are like residential shafts. They're like 50 of a bunch of different stuff. So I wanted to do it thinking it would be really cool, and it turned out it's just really expensive. But by the time I had kind of started, I had already sort of committed to it. I don't hate it. It's just very, very slow. Oh, and then the other thing we need to do is probably dump, dump our blocks. So we're going to get rid of some of these that don't really have any functionality. I have 5 dry dirt and 6 volcanic ash. The soft brick we can get rid of. Treated wood we can get rid of. Ornate wood we can get rid of. I have 1 wooden log. So everything else here can get dumped. Cobblestone brick I probably should have gotten rid of. But then what's super cool is all of these items are now available in this one terminal, and they are effectively stored as data. So the way that that works is I have these drive bays. Right now I just have 2 64K drive bays, but all of my items are currently stored as 45,000 bytes on 1 storage drive. I have 8 storage drive bays available, and I have 3 bays constructed hooked up to here. So, you know, you can probably tell that that is an absolutely immense amount of storage. And, you know, I can search up anything, right? Like if I wanted to look up brick, yeah, there's that cobblestone brick that I just put in there, and I want to get rid of that. Or if I was just like, I just want to look up anything that has ore in the name, right? Well, I guess core has ore in the name. But then we're also going to get like a bunch of these ore. This is a spore. But we're going to get a bunch of ore, and so if I wanted to do that to be like smelting stuff, because then I could look up bar, that's going to get me like all of the bars that you create from the ores. So it's pretty, I don't know. I like that this is just such a small space. Like all of my items are available, you know, right here. I also really like how that core thing looks where it glows. Yep, this is where all of my crafting stations dump their items. And I guess that's kind of it there. What I'd like to do is get some... find a planet with some frickin' trees, actually. That is very expensive. Yeah, it really is immensely expensive to build a space station, but like I said, I had already kind of committed to it. So we've got an unknown planet, and unknown planets really are unknown. They can be anything. And you can even have these weird things where, like, the surface of the planet is one thing, and then you dig down and you fall, and then you basically hit, like, an inside surface. It's super weird. So we've got irradiated, colorful meadow. We've got an absolutely massive climate threat and an absolutely massive fauna threat. So this means that the monsters are insane, and even the planet is impossibly difficult. So we've got deadly radiation, which means I will want to use my... Oh, crap. Crap! Forgot about this. I took out all of my gear from that chest, and so now I have like all of my items in my inventory, and that is really not what I intended. I suppose it's pretty easy to just dump these back in because they do get added at the end of my inventory, so I'll just have all this stuff here. The real purpose of cloud storage was, like, I go down on a planet, I beam back up, I dump everything here, and then I go to the next planet. So we're going to check out this unknown planet. Part of the reason I like to dump my inventory, especially blocks and crafting materials, if you die, you drop a ton of your stuff. And it's not the end of the world, but sometimes it can be really, really difficult. You know, if I was digging way deep down underground and found a cave and something killed me, I would have to go down back to that exact spot. And the worlds are big. You know, you might not be quite so lucky. So I had forgotten, but we do want to make sure that we get that radiation on there. And then the other thing we're going to do is we've got these spaces for augments. So I'm not sure if I want the light 3 or the mobility. We might... I think we want light 3. This is going to make me glow. And just in case the planet is immensely dark, this will be a huge boon. Okay, so it is not dark, but I did beam down to a radioactive surface. So this is not a big deal. I just need to... Oh, here's our alien ruins. So this is like a little puzzle area. I've done this a number of times, and I'm going to do it because you get really good items. You do that, and then what I need to do here is, yep, destroy the gem switch. So what tier are we getting? Wow, we are getting tier 10. That is insane. So this planet counts as tier 10, which means we're going to basically be getting access to the best gear in the entire game, which is fantastic. And doubly fantastic that we found this... oh, crap. Doubly fantastic that we found this area right away, because there are a lot of these chests that are going to give me some gear. So I will definitely be finding some pretty powerful stuff. Boom. The Burke Astral Trigger. So even this pistol is tier 9.6. Semi-auto pistol. And even though it's common, it's like actually not bad. So if we find a good sword... why do I do that? If we find a good sword, we'll be able to get a really good upgrade from this, because I'm currently using a tier 6.7. So going from 6.7 to 10 is pretty obviously good. High ROI order. Chungunk. When a pistol is equipped, melee damage also heals you. When depleted, melee attacks deal bonus roid damage. That's from the Borderlands Shield mod. It adds all of the shields from Borderlands 2 to the game, which I think totally imbalances the game, but they're super cool. Yeah. We are just going to do that. I don't really want to fight those because tier 10 monsters are going to just be really difficult. And I'm a scaredy cat. Yeah. And this is going to be nuts. You know, we're just going to have access to a lot of stuff that you usually do not get access to for a long time. And frankly, I mean, I've been playing this character for 40 hours. Is it really going to be that imbalanced? Nice. A short sword, tier 9.6. That's a full upgrade of 3 tiers. So this current weapon is 13.9 with 1.6 attacks per second. This is the same speed, and it's 22.3. The only difference is that it is a short sword and not a rapier. So the, you know, like my current sword goes like poke, 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 poke. This short sword will. This short sword is just poke, poke. But it is, you know, it is more damage. I will use that for a little while and see how I feel. Puzzles are fun. Yeah, I would really like these puzzles more. Unfortunately, like the guy who created this particular part of the game, you know, they're super cool, but like how many can I really do before I've seen every single puzzle there is? And I really do believe that I have seen every single puzzle now. So these guys are probably just going to kill me, actually. Because those little, like, beads actually do a lot of damage. Can I escape? No, I cannot escape. Oh god. I am going to die. I am going to die. Well, I'll be a man about it. I won't weasel out of it. Let's see what I can do here. I'm so toast. It's just like no good when you have to be right up next to everything that you're fighting. And when everything in a room is long range. Dude, I might actually survive this? No, no, no. It's like one more hit and I'm dead. Unless... Oh, crap. See, you lose so much. You also lose 30% of your money every time you die. So luckily I hadn't actually dug anywhere. And I also think, I might be wrong here, but I also think that when you die, all of the enemies in the area despawn. So I think even though that room probably would have gotten me killed again, all of the enemies are going to be gone, and I will not have to deal with them. I think that's how it works. Yep. So I can just pick up everything I had dropped. No big deal. And go about my day. Okay, I can't go in there. This is another one where... Oh no, not this one. This is just a regular little room. There's one that spawns robots. Come on. I don't want to fall in the lava. Why are you doing this? So we're going to go over to the other side first here. This is identical. We're going to skip those guys again. Don't feel like doing that. Interestingly, there is a challenge portal here. F, thank you. I appreciate the F in the chat. So a challenge portal is just like a little little puzzle basically, and it's usually like this happens to be timed. So I need to get to the other end before this bar wears out, which is going to be very, very easy. But they do kind of make you go sort of quickly. That and take pixels there. Yeah, so you can see I'm quite a bit ahead of where it really expects me to be at this point. So now we can just kind of take this a little bit slower. And yep, we made it. So what do we get out of this? We get a long sword, a powerful one-handed sword, 37 damage. That is a lot more damage. It's also significantly slower. I'll probably hold on to this, actually. We'll have two setups. So we'll have one setup where we've got this guy, and then we'll have another setup where we have this guy. Okay, looks good to me. So we beat it. Now we portal back, and this will take us right back to where we were. And we'll get to carry on. So I believe that's all of the puzzles. Right? We are done with the puzzles. And here is just the payoff. So you get some ancient essence, which is really rare, and you get a couple of chests. A bow. That does a lot of damage, though. 54 damage. And we get another one on the side here. There are going to be some chests over here we're going to open as well. Some more ancient essence. A Cashman Core Riot Phaser. An automatic shotgun that does fire damage and gives you the ability to rocket jump. I have to head out soon. Have a great night. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Whew. What do we have here? Another bow. This does a lot less damage. Huh, interesting. I wonder why. I wonder why it does so much less. Oh, so this has a 0.57 draw time. This has a 1.28 draw time. That is the difference. Okay, Band-Aid, 20 pixels, and some plants. And nothing. Bogus. And then we've got whatever's on this side. Another challenge portal. Interesting. So let's do this other challenge portal, see what happens up here. It does not look like this one is timed. Whoop. Oh, you want to fight? This dinosaur wants to fight. We'll pull the lever there. I don't know if that's required, but... Oh, I see. Maybe it opened this up. So I have access to this additional chest. A good fight. I was almost bored. I mean, you are out here in the middle of nowhere. That's it. That is the end. We get a wand. Teleporting core, a little bit more. Pretty disappointing. So yeah, that was everything. And then what I always do is I just break out. I'm not gonna actually like go back the way I had entered. I'm saving time. Oh no 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 no. Okay, good. Actually got off an attack. Those octopus things, they like they freeze you like that, and then you can't move, and it's super annoying. You're kidding me? Come on. It's gonna take a while to get used to that. The way this sword attacks, I think it attacks pretty horribly. Okay, so we've got a biome change. Looks like there's a bee here. It's just a bumblebee. Looks like there's a bug here. It's a mud stag. Those are just chickens. So the thing that is especially weird is if I were to dig down. Unknown planets are very odd in that everything, every biome is random. So like digging down, like I said earlier, you can encounter another like surface world biome. So like you dig down and you literally just fall. In fact, I've had that happen in most of the unknown planets that I explore. Right now, I'm trying to explore the surface because that is where you tend to find like chests like this that have, you know, like tier 10 weapons. So especially worth farming for these here, simply because tier 10 is very, very high. And if we can get a good shield or some good armor or something like that, that would be a huge benefit. We are getting close to about, well, we're a little bit over 45 minutes. So I am going to be done for a little while pretty soon here. I might kind of come back to it. Oh, I don't know if it's getting dark or if the screen is just getting like green or what's happening. Yeah, but I might come back for another hour later. We'll have to see. Oh no, that's definitely not what I wanted. I hate these monkeys because they can make you go insane. Yeah, I think the exclamation point was going to say something like, you know, if you get hit again, you're going to go nuts. And so this is a desert. Looks like we have a desert biome here as well. Seeing you has cheered me up on a gloomy day. Aw, that's so sweet. He has unfortunately not had the same effect on me. This is regular sand, so that is good. Insofar as I actually need some sand for some crafting recipes that I've been using a lot of. What's down here? A castle. Alright, well, castles like this, these underground castles, typically have some pretty good loot. We'll hope to find some stuff. Yeah, you'll get ghosts. It's cool. Unfortunately, they're really annoying to deal with. They can go through walls, and after you hit them, they can't take damage for a while, and that's easily the most irritating part about them. Alright, is there anything over here? No. Sometimes when you find like those blocked off corridors, you can find some stuff behind whatever's blocking them, but not in this one. Okay, a lot of manipulator modules. A amp shield. Amp shields would be really good if I was typically using guns, but I'm not. I am avoiding guns on this character. While I understand it, the game typically does kind of railroad you into using firearms, simply because there's a lot more variety, and being far away from stuff is typically how you want to approach difficult fights. In an effort to have the game be a little bit more challenging, because I do have a lot of content that makes the game easier, I've kind of decided this character is going to use a sword and shield. Just in an effort to have it feel like, there's something on the line and I'm not just constantly playing like a too easy game. I mean, I did just die. And I actually, I said so, but I really think I would have died again if it wasn't for the fact that all of the enemies despawned. Alright, get out of here. Nothing back there. Nope. That's, yeah, that's a fake wall. The would-be king. When I had first started this stream, I would read every book entry I came across, and that got old really quick. Because you do encounter a lot of reading material. I'm playing with a mod that adds experience to the game. You can see I got those experience orbs. It's called RPG growth. Basically, does exactly what you'd think. It adds this RPG growth mechanic to the game where you level up and you can allocate stat points, and it makes it feel a little bit more like there's actual character progression. The regular game, I'm just going to take out of here. The regular game, unfortunately, does not have good character progression because your character does not gain levels or anything. The only thing that changes is the gear you have access to. And while that's not necessarily a bad thing, in a game that you want to have really slow progression, like really slow and steady progression, leveling systems are very, very helpful. Oh, this is Grav Rain. So that would make this Grav Liquid, yep. Yep, so when it hits you, you fly up in the air because it's gravity rain. Early in the game, it got me killed a lot, like when I wasn't used to it, because it would pop you up in the air, and if you kept getting hit by it on your way up, you'd keep getting popped up into the air higher and higher, and eventually you'd finally fall back down. And yeah, it turns out that fall can be pretty lethal. So we have not found a lot of interesting stuff, and I wonder if this just brings us right back to the beginning. It looks like it does. Brings us right back to this kind of radioactive, what is that? Oh, it's a hazmat helmet. This radioactive biome. So we're going to cut down this tree. I'm going to see if it's actual wood. It is. It is. So I'm going to get this wood because I need that to burn. Need some stuff to burn. And then we are going to dig down. Down, 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 down. Because with these unknown planets, you never really know what you're going to run into. So we'll see what happens. I've had all sorts of things pop up on unknown planets. So like this. Oh wait, no, I don't even think that. Yeah, see, we've got these trees just straight up growing underground. That's pretty weird. But that's because we've reached a second biome, and this biome happens to really be a surface biome. It's not an underground biome, but because unknown planets can spawn anything, any biome type anywhere, you get those sorts of oddities where you have a surface biome underground. And I'll bet if we keep going left, we're going to find some other weird biome. Or I suppose maybe we should really just be digging down. Gosh, this thing does not take a lot of damage. Alright, now he dead. Oh, yep. So now, yet another surface biome underground. Like I said, real odd stuff happens in these planets. So sulfuric dirt is actually a pretty good material. You can sift it to get sulfuric acid among some other, mid-tier crafting items. And I actually need a lot of coal. So this is a pretty good biome for me to be farming. Because these sulfuric biomes have a lot of these pockets of coal. And that is definitely something that I can use. But like, what is this? It looks like coral underground? Yeah. So this is like an ocean floor biome. Which is super weird. Yeah, very bizarre. So I actually don't even want to be here. But gosh, it kind of looks like this biome is like taking over. Yeah, here we go. This is back where we want to be. A little bit more coal. Here's a lot. And I actually think sulfuric dirt will let us like get coal out of it. And the reason I need coal is because it is one of very few materials that I have found that you can burn in those combustion engines that I have built back in my base. And coal functions a lot better than wood. Alright, we're too far down now. Now we're going to start hitting the coral stuff. It's just like very bizarre in these biomes that you literally are like I'm underground. You know, this entire biome is underground, and that's just such an oddity. And looks like we've found. Oh, this is like frozen lava or something. It's a super weird biome that there's stuff that's frozen and there's lava. So it's this super bizarre, you know, hybrid biome. Dude, this thing is gonna really bug me if I don't kill it. See, you've got your like red hot and your ice cold. And this Elder Stone, I know you can use it for something, but honestly I don't remember what. I have like 600 Elder Stone back at my base, so I'm not in any particularly dire need for it. This would be a planet that would be worth building a base on, actually, based on what Windy Gal was asking earlier. There are some compelling reasons to actually build bases on really difficult planets, because it turns out like the rewards you get for doing quests are determined by the difficulty level of the planet. Of course, the quests can be harder because the planet is more difficult, so you'll encounter more difficult enemies. But then the rewards are also significantly greater. Random fountain. Yep, so we're still under the burning fire. I don't even know what it's called. It's like frozen core, frozen burn, burning ice. I don't know. It has some name. This is liquid nitrogen. A lot of times, if you chop down these trees, all they do is turn into snow. So I'm not even bothering. They look cool as hell, though. This planet is very odd. All these like random spikes. And I'm still reminding myself that I am technically underground. If you'll notice, I cannot beam up. I cannot leave because I am underground. And, yeah, you will see that this is basically the sky, right? Warts. Okay. That's a little weird. Cells. I don't even remember what you call this biome. I think it's just called wart field, actually. And I don't remember if this is regular wood or not. It's energy wood. That's actually really good. Energy wood burns longer and stronger than regular wood. So getting some of these will be very helpful to my fueling endeavors. The other thing it's doing is it's giving me these saplings. The saplings you can actually just straight up plant for exact copies of the tree you got the sapling from. So this will mean that I will have an essentially infinite supply of energy wood because I can plant the saplings and then grow the saplings and then cut down the saplings, which are now full-grown trees, I suppose. Then those trees, when you cut them down, will give you saplings. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to kill all the poop that's hanging around. Just hoping I can just kind of ignore the fact that there's poop attacking me, but such is life. There's the log. So I'm going to be done pretty quick here. All I'm going to do is finish cutting down some of these trees, and then that will wrap it up. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. Might come back for another hour in a little while. Otherwise, might be it for the day. I've tried to commit myself to streaming for an hour every day. I haven't been able to really do that super well, but what is this? Metal parts. Okay, so now it's like a metal hive. And I'm going to die. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yep, this is still underground. So what I'm going to do is really try to get to the surface pretty quick here. But yeah, this is just showcasing how weird, strange planets can be. This is bio-ooze. Okay. Alright. Alright, so there it is. We are now at the surface. See, we can beam back up. So, oh, man. So then the convenience of the ship right now, I do not want this person with me. The convenience of the ship right now, crap. I forgot that I had modified this storage. Well, we're going to take that all then. And what I can do... what is this, ice? Let's get rid of the ice. Because for sure, you drop all of your blocks on death, and you drop all of your crafting items on death. So this is what I always do. I make sure I leave all of my blocks and crafting items behind, so that if I do die, you know, it's no major loss. I also only caught one queen. These are not particularly interesting to me either. They are all bees that I have already caught before. So just another kind of little example of the feeling of progress you get after an hour. Even though I spent half of this current hour actually just working on stuff up on my ship, I still had an opportunity to get to a new planet, explore it a little bit, get a whole bunch... Wow. Oh, sure, this was all the stuff that I had just grabbed, but still managed to get a whole bunch of new equipment, which I will need to sift through, because there's probably some good stuff there. And got a whole bunch of like blocks and crafting materials. So pretty good haul. Yeah, but we'll call it there. Might be back on in a little while. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.